Hey y'all, happy Sunday. Cheers. Lots of ingredients today. I'm gonna make a turkey. It's holiday season, so this is the way you should be making your turkeys. Just saying. I got about a 14-pound, just a little over 14 pounds. It's a fresh turkey. It's not been frozen. Trust me, spend extra money and get a fresh turkey. Don't buy that frozen junk, man. There's a world of difference. Inside it, we're going to put an onion and a couple stalks of celery. We're going to cut it up later on. And then we're going to need some salt, some pepper, garlic powder, poultry seasoning, thyme, rosemary, sage, marjoram. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to need some white wine. And when I do turkeys like this, I like to use a Chablis. I find it's just a little bit sweeter than a Chardonnay. And to me, I like it a lot better. We're going to need a couple tablespoons of flour, and of course my cooking bags. I tell you, buy the good ones, folks. Don't buy that store brand generic junk. Get the Reynolds, and they're good stuff. So I got my turkey washed and dried. And over here, the innards, we're going to make a gravy with that later. You probably won't see much of that. Let me get my celery washed and cut up, my onion cut up, and get this thing rearranged. And oh yeah, we're going to need butter, a lot of butter. I got a whole stick of butter. So let me get that did, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to make my butter for this thing. I've had this sitting out for a couple hours, and hopefully it's room temperature. And this is going to season inside and outside of the bird. So we're going to put a couple of tablespoons or teaspoons of salt on there. And all these measurements are just, I do it by eye. You can do what you want. And you don't need all of the spices that I'm using. You can just use salt and pepper if you want. I don't care. It's your bird. This is just what I do. And put some sage in there because turkeys love sage. And I love sage. And we got some marjoram here. I got it, so I might as well use it.
What is marjoram?
I don't know, some kind of herb. Google it. I don't use it a lot. Poultry seasoning, because that's like a must in my kitchen. Even though I can make my own, I like using the already mixed up stuff. A little bit of garlic powder. You don't need a lot of garlic with a turkey, I don't think. Put some rosemary in there. It's about gone. I need to get me another thing of this. A little bit more rosemary. That's a little bit. And some thyme. So now all I gotta do is smash this up and get all this mixed together. So let me get that did and we'll be right back. Okay, I got my butter made up. I wished it was a little softer. I don't know why it didn't get any softer, but just gonna live with that. So now I got the bird turned upside down here, and I'm gonna season the back side of it. Just salt and pepper is all it's getting on there. And it's a lot of meat there, so it can handle a lot of seasoning. Don't be scared.
Still think you should have sous vide it.
Do what?
Sous vide it.
And we'll put some salt on there. Then we'll turn it over. Pour me some salt. Open that up. Pause for a second, folks. Okay, I got about 2 teaspoons of pepper and 2 teaspoons of salt in my hand. We're just going to go inside and rub it around the bird. Just rub that all the way around it. Then we're going to throw our celery in there. Our onions. I just cut this onion up in a force. Shove everything up in there. And this is just for flavor. We're not going to eat these veggies.
You don't put an apple in there?
Nope. Occasionally I will put an orange in it, but not very often. So now at this point, you want to take your skin here. Try not to rip it. And peel it away from the breast meat. And sometimes this is tricky. So, let me get this started and then we'll be back. Okay, you can see I got my hand in there and we haven't busted the skin yet. You don't have to go all the way down to the bottom of it because this butter is going to melt anyway. So now at this point, we just start shoving the butter in it. And this is going to help keep that breast moist while it bakes. And plus it's going to flavor the bird with all the seasonings I put in it. I know it looks like a little bit of work and a lot of stuff to do, but you know, what else are you going to do on the holidays? You're going to be in the kitchen cooking anyway. So you might as well make it as good as you can. So, now the rest of this butter, we're just going to smear around the top of the bird. All the way around it. Get the wings, the legs. So, let me get that done, and then we'll be back and show you the next thing. Alright, we're about ready to go in the oven. I got some flour here. I'll put 2 or 3 tablespoons of flour in the bag. And I don't know, when you use these cooking bags, they tell you to do this because it keeps the bag from exploding. So I do it just for that reason. I've never had a bag explode on me. And then you just shake it around a little bit. And now you just want to kind of level off the flour as much as you can.
Seems like a lot of flour for not having any other purpose.
Well, it's the liquid in here is I'm going to use that to make my gravy.
So that's going to be your thickening.
But there's still not a lot of, well, there's still not going to be a lot of thickening agent in it. So now at this time, I gotta
Fight with the bird.
stand this up and tuck my wings in. Do this here. Do this scientific like.
Can you do that with your fingers?
And the only bad thing about doing a turkey is you gotta wash your hands so much. Get over there. Damn. Okay. All you gotta do is get it in the bag. Alright. Get in the bag. Get in the bag. Really helps if you got 2 people doing this, but Terry's holding the camera.
I tried.
So, let me wash my hands and we'll be right back.
Here.
Okay, now at this point we're just going to pour some wine in this bag. And how much, I don't know. I think I got enough. make sure it's all spread around everywhere. A little bit more over here. And for that, we just got to seal it up. Get you one of these little fancy thingies they send with it. And then if you ain't old and got arthritis like me, this will be pretty easy to do. But my fingers don't operate the way they once did.
Well, you ain't even close to it.
I know. My eyes don't operate the way they once did either. This normally don't take two people to do that. Get in the hole. Alright, let me get my hand working and then I'll get this done. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, we got her tied up finally. Now we're going to put 6 or 8 holes in it. Just a little paring knife here. And you want to make sure you put your hose on top of the bag. Don't put none underneath it, or else you're going to lose all your liquids. And so, that'll be enough. We're going into a 325-degree preheated oven for 3 hours. And then I'm going to check the temperature on it. And then we'll see what happens. So, we'll be back in, what'd I say? 3.5 hours?
So you said 3 hours. I thought.
No, I'm going to go in for 3.5 hours, but I'm going to check the temperature in 3 hours.
All right.
And so we'll be back in 3 hours. Okay, I just pulled it out of the oven. It's been 3 hours. And that's what we're looking at. So, let me check the temperature on this thing. Well, it says 194 there, so we're done. I know their thermometer here, they put a little plastic thing in here that popped up, so. I'm going to let this sit for about 20 minutes and then take it out of the bag and let it rest for another 20 minutes and then we'll start to cover it up. So, we'll be back in a half hour or so. Okay, this is what I ended up with. I got it all carved up. I know it ain't pretty. I'm not the world's best carver when it comes to turkeys. I can tell you right now though, this thing is well overcooked. But it's just so damn moist. Here's a piece of breast here. Try this. It's hot. But this is really super moist. Really moist.
I was going to get me a piece, but it's hot. Give me a piece.
It's hot.
I know.
It didn't need to go as, I didn't need to cook as long as the instructions said.
But that's good.
But
A lot better than a frozen one.
yeah, you can't go wrong with these fresh turkeys. So, get you a cooking bag, some white wine, and a fresh turkey.
And butter.
Yeah, you need butter. So, we're going to go fix us a plate and eat. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.